Hey guys, and welcome back for another HellfireComms Patreon TV com. This is Ducktales 2017, and we're going to be watching the first 2 episodes. This was requested by Deimos, I believe, and if that's incorrect, I'll edit it in post, because I ain't got time to do retakes right now. And yeah, he wanted 2 24-minute episodes, which means he ain't getting one in January. Such is capitalism, I suppose. I have Stefan with me for this. You may remember him from the Marvel Superheroes 2, the Lego one quick look.
Aw, ship.
It's him, it is Stefan. Also, we have Aaron, our friend, who also works for FTCR from time to time.
Hi, how you doing, everyone? How we doing, folks?
He has trivia to spare, but let's get into the video, and then he can splurge. So, as per usual, if you need help syncing our commentary to your video source, I believe it's freely available on Disney XD. Was it on demand, Stefan?
I know that Aaron was the one who knows where it is.
It is on their YouTube channel. No anything required. It's just a normal YouTube video.
Okay, awesome. Don't forget instructions, video description, blah blah blah, I'm rambling. So here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Okie dokie, DuckTales 2017. Bit of a reboot, as it were. I believe it's got, yeah, it's just recently been renewed for a 2nd season. Well, I say recently, it was March 2nd of this year.
Yep, it was renewed before the first episode of the new series even aired.
Wow.
Oh man, I love this animation. So good.
It's a bit weird. It strikes me as a balance between traditional and flash animation.
It is, but I love it. I gotta go with Stefan on this one.
It's the character designs.
Donald is fantastic in this series, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
When isn't he fantastic?
Well, it's funny, because in the original, he was shipped off right at the start. Granted, I didn't really watch many episodes of DuckTales, but I've always loved Treasure of the Lost Lamp.
A classic movie. Unfortunately, didn't do too well in the box office, which is why we didn't get more.
Okay, let's have a look at the cast list. Aaron, you might be able to answer this for me. Apparently they aired episodes out of order, because I seem to recall people complaining about the overabundance of Webby.
They did, yes. So the producer of this series actually put it out on Twitter, the correct airing order. It was simply because Disney wanted to air their Halloween special, in quotations,
right,
in the beginning of October for replay value. Same with the their quote-unquote Christmas special, even though it's not really a Christmas or Halloween special. So that messed up the orders.
Okay, cast. We have Danny Pudi, or Puddy, as Huey Duck, Ben Schwartz as Dewey Duck, and Bobby Moynihan as Louie Duck.
I love those guys.
Bobby is from Saturday Night Live. You may know him. You may know, if you're familiar with Parks and Recreation, that is where Ben Schwartz is from. He is John Ralphio, and he's also the new voice of Leonardo, so he's taking over all of our blue childhood-bearing characters.
And Danny Pudi is Abed in Community.
I do like how they've redesigned the triplets. Granted, the originals... actually, you know what? Fuck all this. They should have just given them the Quack Pack designs and called it a day.
Here's the question, because I know that's the biggest question about the Ducks is that they don't have their kid like quack voices anymore. They're like young adults, essentially. So it's like, do you think that's a good thing? Do you think it was a bad thing?
I love it because of the voice cast, but that's me personally.
Well, I mean, I'm sure they got great voices for the role. It'll take me a while to adjust, because I haven't watched a jot of DuckTales 2017, so... I am liking how fluid the animation is, I gotta say. Disney XD does not skimp on the animation, like Star versus the Forces of Evil, Gravity Falls, they both look great.
And I also wanted to quickly point out a reference. Dewey said we were going to make it to Cape Suzette and back after the job interview. Cape Suzette is, of course, from Tailspin, so there was a Disney Afternoon reference. And here, we may have missed it, but... Scrooge has a business in St. Canard, which is where Darkwing Duck is from, so there's hints at a larger universe at play.
Yeah.
And also, Darkwing Duck is going to show up in an episode soon.
Oh,
Yes, that has been confirmed.
that's cool. Like, that's another series I never really watched any episodes of, but he's so entrenched in the Disney pop culture that you can't hear "Let's Get Dangerous" and not fucking mark out, oh, it's Launchpad.
Launchpad!
Who plays Launchpad again?
He is Beck Bennett, voices Launchpad McQuack.
Also from Saturday Night Live.
Wow.
So when they were casting this, the producer, he essentially said he asked himself, what if Pixar was to cast DuckTales? That's how they went about going for the voice cast.
Huh.
He wanted the best of the best.
That actually makes sense. Like they get a lot of like Pixar tends to get a lot of like obscure-ish like actors for their stuff. Like they're names, but they're not like huge names. Like what's his face in God, I can't remember the guy who played a Bing Bong in I'm talking about the guy who played Bing Bong in Inside Out. It's like he was like in a lot of stuff, then he's just been like off and on a lot of stuff. It's Richard something.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about, and yes, I agree. I especially love this. There's a feud between Donald and Scrooge. What's the underlying rivalry here? Well, you have to watch and find out.
Wasn't there like they did shorts for OKKO? Was there like pre-release content for DuckTales 2017?
Yes, there was. I know IGN had exclusive rights to a couple of them. They have this particular episode on DVD with the shorts intact, but it's like Donald's birthday and basically meeting the cast.
Are you telling me that Disney released a DVD of one of their shows? I'm shocked.
Yeah. So
They
could make a killing if they had a Disney afternoon line and included like Tailspin, Gargoyles, and stuff like that.
I want Gravity Falls on Blu-ray, but nope.
They have all of Tailspin, but they don't have all of the original DuckTales or Darkwing Duck or Rescue Rangers.
Bullshit. Bullshit is what it is. David Tennant is the voice of Scrooge McDuck, and gotta be honest, I'm not sure how I feel about that yet.
I said, who? Ha 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 ha.
Thank you. He hasn't been the Doctor for years. I mean, we're on Doctor 13 now. Get with the times.
Okay, he's the Fugitoid. How about that?
Sure. By the way, don't think I didn't notice those Life and Times of Scrooge McDuck paintings on the wall, by the way.
Oh, yes. The producer actually said that the writing team, it was required reading was the Life of Times of Scrooge McDuck. So they're very pointed references there. They took the best parts of the original DuckTales and Life of Times and just melded it into one beautiful cake.
Yeah. I would love an animated version of that comic series, honestly. Like, use this same team. They seem talented enough.
They are. I think I'm down for that.
What's the name again? Carl Banks? Is that the artist?
Carl Barks, I believe.
Barks, that's what it is.
Bark like a dog.
I was thinking Banks. I was thinking Banks because Scrooge McDuck money.
That was Mrs. Beakley, by the way. Much more intense than she was in the original series. She is voiced by, oh my god, this is a long name, Tox Olagundoy. Never heard of them, honestly.
I know who she is, but I can't just place a role right now.
Oh, something else. A couple days ago, I read the first issue of the DuckTales comic.
Oh, yeah?
It's funny because Scrooge McDuck isn't in it at all.
Oh, I like that. On the right-hand side, the original Webby design.
Yep.
Huh.
They go all out for this.
And Webby is Kate Micucci, who is Garfunkel and one half of Garfunkel and Oates.
Yep.
She's in Milo Murphy's Law. She's in like so many Disney stuff.
She's fucking Sadie in Steven Universe, mate.
Yeah, but she's in a lot of voice stuff recently, and she's great, so that's good.
Also, the more recent voice for Velma in the Scooby-Doo movies, particularly the WWE ones, which are surprisingly great. In fact, I want you two back, maybe for a commentary on those. They're really fun movies.
I am familiar with these. I love them.
References.
All the references.
Sweet, sweet lore.
You'll notice one of those newspaper articles references space pirate or sky pirates.
Uh-huh.
Oh, tailspin.
The only thing I remember from that was fucking Little Britches, and also Shere Khan was like a businessman sort of guy.
Shere Khan in a suit.
Little Britches is Mowgli from Jungle Book. That's you're confusing things. You're confusing the Balus. That's the ultimate universe Balu.
Ooby-Doo, I want to be like you.
Thank you. So, Aaron, answer me this if you could, please. How much globe-trotting has there been in the episodes released to date?
Out of, I believe it's 9 episodes,
Yep.
It is essentially half and half. It was basically supposed to be one episode they're doing globe-trotting, and one episode they're kind of at home exploring that general area.
Yeah.
But of course, the episodes aired out of order, so that's where the complaints came from. But it is essentially about, I would say, 4 to 4, not including the pilot.
I gotta say, I'm looking at the ratings here, and they're not great. But then again, Disney XD is a channel you have to pay for, so you gotta take that into account.
Disney XD is like really the only channel that has anything worthwhile on it. I mean, Disney Channel is just where they have all their live action stuff, and then I think the Tangled show.
Tangled.
That's about it. Yeah. And then XD has everything else that's worth it.
I have been meaning to watch the Tangled show. How is it?
I need to watch it too.
I saw the pilot movie, and that was decent.
Well, the classic Scrooge catchphrase.
I also need to catch up on Big Hero, or watch Big Hero 6.
Oh yeah, that's out now, yeah.
Is that out yet? I didn't even realize it was out.
Around Halloween and Christmas time, they actually did stop-motion animation that
Nice.
fused DuckTales, Big Hero 6, and Star vs. Forces of Evil together into one big, beautiful package. And on the Halloween, they also had the Haunted Mansion from Disney Parks. So good. I want a full special stop-motion of DuckTales and Big Hero 6 and all of them.
Well, I mean, anything stop motion would be wonderful, really.
A stop motion Haunted Mansion show.
Hmm.
I'm down for that. Oh, here's a bunch of references you'll be seeing soon.
Is that a lamp? What's it, the genie's lamp?
The genie's lamp is there. As well as the robot, it's totally escaping me now, from one of the previous episodes of DuckTales. There it is! There's the lamp.
Fucking Louie. I think Louie was always my favourite, mostly because he was green, let's be honest.
Louie is amazing in the series.
Nice. Oh yeah, I forgot he wore black, like originally.
I've always liked his old sailor suit.
Well, I mean, maybe we'll be seeing that later on in this. And that is not Roxanne, by the way.
Oh, okay. I think you might be a little bit ahead of me, but you live in the future anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah, it looks kind of like Roxanne. Is Donald supposed to look like Cowboy Bebop?
Spike Spiegel, you mean? Yeah, I can see it.
I don't know. I just remember, like, when this came out, I saw people, like, making that joke. It's like, he looks like Cowboy Bebop.
Cowboy Bebop at his job interview, yeah.
I don't know Cowboy Bebop, but I do know that Roxanne is certainly not in the series officially. It just looks like her. They've had it pointed out on Twitter multiple times.
Why was there a ghost hidden in... I'm assuming this is still McDuck Mansion.
Yes.
It's the ghost of McDuck Mansion.
It's his treasures. He has a lot of treasure. He likes to keep it.
This was already an episode of Gravity Falls.
I don't know, I tried to get into Gravity Falls. Like, Gaming Brett and I watched about the first half of Season 1, and then we never went back to it. I don't know, my attention waned, I guess, and I got into Steven Universe instead.
You missed when the show got super, super good.
Oh, well.
I need to catch up on that one, too. I'm behind.
I mean, it's done, so...
So it should be easy.
Just as long... It's only 40 episodes, as long as you aren't spoiled.
Well, I am. I've watched the finale, Weird Mageddon.
Dang it.
I'm surprised they haven't made another DuckTales game since this came out, like a tie-in game. Seems to have enough content for it.
Well, there was the afternoon collection re-release.
Well, if you're paying attention to Disney games recently, they're kind of in shambles.
And that too.
They shut off their Disney Infinity and everything tying into that. And of course, the EA...
The Star Wars debacle.
Yeah, that's going on. So I can see why they haven't made a tie-in game yet.
They don't care about video games. Which is sad, but...
I would hope we'd at least get the Afternoon Collection ported to Switch.
Nice.
That's a great line.
And I'm no longer a freak.
I said the action's well choreographed and it's very snappy overall. I appreciate that. Fucking Louis.
I haven't seen this since it aired initially, so this is all...
I like how he pronounces garage.
Mm-hmm. Methinks Webby is a little bit too into this adventurous lifestyle. They really gave her like an adrenaline boost for this version of the show.
Oh, yes.
Turned her into Mabel.
Ugh, don't get me started on Mabel. I'm not a fan.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Mabel, but I am a fan of Webby, so I will, I'll tell you you're wrong, Stefan.
Okay.
Your opinion is wrong and you're grounded.
Oh, sure, you can't ground me. I'm older than you.
I said Stefan, not Tom.
Oh, okay. Well, everything sounds the same on Discord's laggy bullshit. Oh my god, it's
a dragon!
It's the fucking dragon from Shaolin Chronicles when they turned him yellow for some reason.
Wow, I haven't thought of Shaolin Chronicles in years.
I watched like one episode and never watched it again. Like, if it weren't for the voice changes, it was for the animation, like, rejigs. No thank you.
I remember it on Kids WB 22 back in the day. Local, when they had Saturday morning cartoons. Ooh.
Now, if we're talking about Shaolin Showdown, that's the fucking show I would marathon all day.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. One of the Shaolins. I don't know. I remember Jackie Chan Adventures.
Oh, yes indeed.
And that Launchpad line is great. I'm a pilot. Me and a coworker of mine at work and a friend, we'll just go around at work going, I'm a pilot, to each other.
You FTCR lads have so much random hijinks, I've noticed.
No, this is at real work.
Oh, okay. Wow. Backhanded compliment much.
Oh, sorry.
We have other work outside of videos.
I meant the work that the government knows I do.
This is really action-packed for a pilot episode, I've got to say. It's actually kind of selling me on watching the rest of the series.
I told you.
Gotta protect the inheritance, I suppose.
The number one, the first nickel. It's the Infinity Gauntlet.
Wait, you're not wrong, because both Marvel and DuckTales are owned by Disney.
I think Launchpad steals a show in this episode.
Yeah, he's pretty great.
He always steals the show.
And I think that's kind of what I like, is that this series has episodes that focus on certain characters, so you don't get an overabundance of one character throughout the series.
Until you change the viewing order and stack it in Webby's favour.
True, but that's Disney Brass's fault, not DuckTales' fault.
True, very true. A lot of beheadings in this first episode. It's very weird.
And dive.
I love the Family Guy version of that.
That's my favorite line. No, the ground. I remember there's one of the episodes where one of the kids are trying to jump into the pit, and he's like, "No, you can't do that." It's like you'll break your neck. It's like, "But you do it all the time." It's like, "Yes, because I have a lot of practice."
Ah, well, does that mean he at least broke his neck once then?
Probably.
You have to crack some eggs to get an omelet.
Yeah, not sure how I feel about that when, ducks lay eggs and all.
Oh.
You have to abort some children before you can swim through gold.
You get it? Like a golden goose.
Oh my god, is that a solid gold mobile phone?
It's a flip phone.
It's a flip phone.
I mean, he is cheap, so that makes sense.
Oh my god, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
He's cheap, but he also made it gold.
Wow, this episode flew. Goddamn.
Right?
And these first two episodes, yeah, they aired at the same time, right?
Yeah, it was just... it's only Rise of Atlantis for the purpose of replay. It's Glomgold.
Flint Heart Glomgold, voiced by Keith Ferguson, who, if my memory serves, is the voice of Beauregard Q. Kazoo in, fucking...
Yes! Foster's Home for Imaginary Kids.
There you go.
Or Imaginary Friends.
And here's the theme song.
I'm a big fan of this, actually.
Again, I would say they did a great job getting the original spirit of the song, but modernizing it a bit.
Like, it's fairly poppy without becoming overly so, which, if you watch the English dub of Ponyo, you'll hear dun 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 dun, and then the bass just drops for no reason, and it goes all auto-tuned.
Yikes.
Yeah, that was what my reaction when Richie showed me it for the first time.
I want to see the Lin-Manuel Miranda version of it.
I don't think he did one.
I just remember that when it was revealed that he was going to be involved in the show, and people were like, "Is he going to sing the theme song? Is he going to sing the theme song?" And then it's like,
I was the one that thought that.
Yeah,
that was neat.
And then well, a lot of people thought that, and then it's revealed that he's playing Gizmo Duck.
Yes,
and it's like, that's cool too.
I'm okay with that instead.
Has he shown up in the show yet?
Not yet. He has been teased, but that's it.
So I think the lore for Flintheart is he's actually an Afrikaner. I'm not entirely sure what that is, but he pretends to be Scottish to piss off Scrooge. I'm not sure if that's the same here.
I don't believe that's the same here. I believe he is actually Scottish.
Okay.
Unless that's something they're going to reveal later on in the series, which is always possible.
And Keith Ferguson, who is also Lord Hader in Wander Over Yonder. And he's so good in that.
Another Disney show that I've never really watched, honestly, but I've heard nothing but good things about.
Yeah, Ferguson's in a lot of things. Like, I think he's like the go-to Han Solo voice whenever they can't get Harrison Ford.
Right.
Which is every time?
Yeah, because he doesn't give a fuck.
He was in the Lego Star Wars Force Awakens game somehow.
Huh.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Because I didn't play it. Because I got tired of the Star Wars saturation.
I think he's also in Overwatch. I think... oh, yeah, he's Reaper in Overwatch.
Harrison Ford is?
No, Keith Ferguson.
Keep up, Aaron, Jesus. Okay, I missed the actual episode title. This should be Day Trip of Doom, and this is where we'll first see the Beagle Boys, I believe.
Yes. No, it's not. No, you got your episodes wrong. Beagle Boys are not in this one.
It says we're looking at Season 1, Episode 1, and Episode 2, so...
So Episode 1 would be officially called Woo-Oo, and then Episode 2 would be the 30-second, or the 30-minute episode.
Oh, okay. Right, okay. Yeah, I get you. I done goofed.
Yeah, this is like a 1 hour like pilot episode.
I'm here to correct all of the mistakes of everyone.
About the Beagle Boys, I forget, is Maurice LaMarche back and playing them?
Let's have a look-see. Big Time Beagle is played by Eric Bowser. I can't see Maurice LaMarche here.
Damn, because I think it was like... I think he only played the Beagle Boys in the Mickey, Donald, Goofy, Three Musketeers movie, and then also in the Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance. But I really loved him. I really loved him playing them.
So he's still the smart one, is Bluey.
Bluey.
Huey would be the smarter one because he's the one that follows the Junior Woodchuck guide. Dewey would be the he's in the middle.
Giving them more like distinct voices, I think helps like make their personalities a lot more distinct. Like in the original like Ducktales, like anytime they would show up before, they just kind of blended in together as like one big blob of three characters. So I feel like this is like the first time where I feel like okay, they feel like three different people.
I know who they are. Dewey is more the adventurous one because he's the middle child, so he's trying to put himself out there more. Which was something that the producer also revealed on Twitter, is that he initially wanted to give Dewey a Powerline poster because he's always trying to stand out above the crowd.
Oh,
because he's the middle child.
I like that.
That's great.
Oh my god. Remind me never to take a trip to Atlantis. I hate long journeys.
At least Launchpad's enjoying himself.
Avoid Fat Man in Sea at all costs. Ah, wisdom. Wisdom of the ages. Sit your ass back down, Jesus.
Launchpad's too good in this show.
A straight line. Well, it wasn't there a second ago, but it's there now, and I will always obey the map. Fucking Bluey. Jesus Christ, that escalated quickly.
Dewey's always trying to put himself out there in the best and worst ways. So the big rumor, it's almost not really rumor, it's confirmed, is that this will be launching a Disney Afternoon universe of shows. Because they referenced Tailspin and Darkwing is confirmed to appear. So what else may show up? And by the way, I love this characterization of Donald so much.
But there's also the question of will we get any more shows, or will it just all be contained to DuckTales?
Well, Tailspin would be... Oh, yeah, no, I know what you mean, yeah.
Like, well, will we get a new Darkwing Duck show? Will we get a new Tailspin show? Will we get a new Rescue Rangers show? Like, that's what it means.
I hope so. Unfortunately, last I heard, which was in March, Rescue Rangers is out because they were making a live-action Rescue Rangers movie.
That was a while ago. I think that's dead right now.
I feel like it's dead, but since Disney hasn't officially confirmed it as dead, it's still technically in pre-production, which means that they can't use it.
the Rescue Rangers movie, that was like before they went on their whole live action remakes of all their films.
This is true. Until it's officially canceled, they can't use it. That's how Disney operates. It has to be officially canceled before.
That's dumb. That's like DC levels of pettiness.
Yeah. They didn't want to do all the... it was cross-branding. They didn't want to contaminate it, I guess. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
That's the same reason why they didn't allow Launchpad McQuack to be on the cover of the Darkwing Duck Joe Books reboot. Because of the Ducktales series. That was still coming out.
I would have loved if they had an Atlantis the Lost Empire reference here.
Yes.
You mentioned the Darkwing comic. I remember I was reading the final issue, and there's like a part where what's his face? One of the villains is like, "Oh, I had to get funding from some reliable sources." So there's like the chicken, the I forget his name, the chicken with the steel beak, and then in the background there's a silhouette.
That's his name.
Steel beak.
Steel
Yeah,
beak.
I know. I just remembered now. And then in the background there's a silhouette of what's his face? This guy, evil Scottish duck.
Oh, Flintheart.
Yeah, Flintheart. And it's like, oh my god, he's there too. That's a cool reference.
Ah, yes. Time for the boys to learn the cruel history of the world. Everything is built on the back of slaves.
Oh, yeah.
Huh. So what exactly does Flintheart do, Aaron? Like, what's his profession?
He's essentially a rival businessman to Scrooge McDuck. He is the second richest duck in the world, followed by Scrooge. So it's more so just a big rivalry, always trying to one-up him to get his money so he can be the richest. But he doesn't really have any powers or anything. He just has a lot of money.
Okay, fair enough. I like his little assassins. They're pretty fun.
That's a great little moment there. Dewey just pointing up.
All right, so it's like an inverted pyramid. I just played Odyssey yesterday for the first time.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Snakes.
Shigeru Miyamoto actually directly ripped off DuckTales. Pass it on.
Yeah, he did. He did. Sounds legit, Webby.
Sabina.
That's funny, actually, because in a recent episode of Steven Universe, a character was mentioned called Sabina.
Maybe a reference? Probably not.
No, it's not. Come on, now.
Though they did say they were going to put some Disney references in here, too, sprinkle them out. So
Neat.
not necessarily in this episode, but maybe in future episodes.
You think we'll get an appearance by Mickey and Goofy?
I feel like if they do Goofy, it'd be Goof Troop, like a Goof Troop remake of sorts, but I don't know how they would do that, because arguably the most popular version of it would be Goofy Movie, which is High School Max, but Goof Troop is based off of, the young Max, so it's kind of funny.
But I feel like Teenage Max is more well known and recognized than Kid Max, so they can get away with that.
Yeah.
But how do they take the heart of Goof Troop and imply that it's just finding that balance of how do you do that with the Goof Troop?
If it's only gonna be like an episode or so, it's probably a lot easier than if it was a whole.
But if they're doing it as a universe and are going to spin off into its own series, how do they do that? It's more, I guess, what I'm arguing. So it's just more, I'm curious to see how they would do that. That's all. because it'd be interesting. But that could mean we get a new Powerline song. Tevin Campbell, come on, baby.
Well, he did recently, well, I say recently, maybe a year or two ago at the time of recording, like, sing Eye to Eye again, didn't he?
Yeah, he did at D23, but then they also did a Disney fan site, got him to do a acoustic version of both Eye to Eye and Stand Out combined into one.
Oh.
And they had a button for it, which I did pay the $5 for, and I have it right here. I'm holding it right now. It says Powerline is back. This was just on YouTube, the acapella version of, or the acoustic version of the songs.
I like how we're talking about Goofy Movie more than DuckTales, by the way. Davis, I hope you're getting your money's worth out of this, mate.
We can go back to DuckTales talk. IDW series, the comic book series to tie into the show.
Yes.
It's getting a second printing of its first issue, so that's exciting.
That means it did well then, right, if it gets a second print?
Yep. That was announced yesterday.
Which is good because, like, the Darkwing Duck book, that got canceled after only 8 issues, so hopefully the DuckTales one continues longer.
Granted, I don't know if that's a Joe Books thing or a Disney thing because of the series. Because I feel like that would be something that Disney would pull.
So, I don't mind spoilers on this one, Aaron. Is Donald still working for Flintheart after this episode?
No.
Okay. Would have been a bit weird.
It's part of his arc in this particular episode. Yeah. No, he's very much still in between jobs throughout the series. And it also translates into the comic books, even though I think the comic books are technically a prequel to this series that we're watching here.
Here's a question for another character. Has Magica showed up yet?
In a form. I'll leave it at that. In a form.
Yeah, I've heard those rumblings myself, yeah.
We may have heard her, but maybe we haven't seen her yet. Maybe she has someone she's talking through. It's, they're doing the slow build to a lot of these things. Same with Gizmo Duck. It's great. There's going to be a big payoff, and I can't wait for it. And Magica's voice actress, or voice actor, as because they call them actors now, all of them, has maybe have an affiliation with the David Tennant. Cate Blanchett.
Nice.
Yep. There's a Doctor Who reunion in DuckTales.
Wait, did you just say Cate Blanchett?
Wait, is that who I'm thinking of?
No, it's definitely not. Yeah, just clicked for me as well.
I'm sorry. My bad. Yeah, yes.
Wow.
I'm looking up right now. I should learn to speak before I,
Catherine Tate, yeah.
I love how, like, squishy he looks.
Yeah.
Like, he's just, like, all smushed together.
The animation is gorgeous, goddamn.
I love Donald.
I seem to recall hearing people say they needed subtitles for Donald, and it's like, have you never watched a more modern Donald Duck involved thing in your life, honestly?
I love Tony Anselmo.
I think it's because there's more of a focus on Donald in this. I could see it's a little different than a 5-minute short, but still.
I liked how that was a plot point in the Three Musketeers, like the Disney one,
yeah,
that Disney cartoon, where like nobody could understand what Donald was saying.
I liked that movie actually. Three Musketeers is pretty good.
It's fun. I love the music in it.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think it's a fun movie, and I actually enjoy the Kingdom Hearts world too.
Yeah, it's not bad. I think I mentioned this before, but KH3D, very eclectic mix of worlds. It's not as good as Birth by Sleep. In fact, it's a more janky version of Birth by Sleep, but it's definitely not my least favourite. In fact, it's my fourth favourite game.
That's a fair assessment.
You guys are ducks. Shouldn't you be able to breathe underwater?
No. They don't have gills, Stefan.
Welcome to Ducktales, where we teach Stefan about ducks.
Scientifically
accurate Ducktales.
Woohoo!
See, except without the penis.
Thank you, Stefan. Christ.
You know what, Stefan? I'm never going to let you live this one down. You think ducks have gills? I'm sorry. That's going to be a thing from now on. You've earned that.
Bring that up in the next FTCR meeting, please.
Oh, I will. Oh, I'm bringing it up. I'm bringing it up to people that don't even know you.
Like, who are you? Oh, I just want to talk to you about Stefan. Again, who are you?
You're just going to get random Twitter messages. Ducks don't have gills?
The Chaos Emeralds chuckled Flintheart Blongold.
Looks more like a soul emerald.
I suppose. It's the angle, really. Sure, why not?
We're not murderers. Yet.
Well, technically they're not, because I haven't seen any corpses on screen.
Well, there was a lot of decapitation in the first episode.
You'll notice that you've reused a lot of the background characters.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty. I guess it's not pretty obvious, but it looks a lot like Roxanne. So you'll kind of see her throughout the series. And the news anchor looks like Bushroot from Darkwing Duck.
I was gonna say Plucky McDuck, or just Plucky Duck from Tiny Toons.
I would say the cameraman looked more like Plucky, but yeah. That's fair.
Wow, can't believe Flintheart's fucking dead.
Got killed by the Kraken.
You went to Atlantis and had adventures, didn't you? It's just good that you're back now. It's time for everyone to learn a lesson. We're ending this episode commentary on a good note.
I think it's important for all of us to take the heart of what we try to convey to you, and that is to, at Games Enlisted, ducks do not have gills.
And don't forget to pledge to the HFC Patreon. Tish.
I think we all should know that the real treasure is the friends that we made along the way.
No, it's the ad revenue. Get the fuck out of my call. Jesus.
Yeah, I wasn't plotting that.
I like money.
Yeah. Like, I'm Scrooge, you're, Donald, Stefan.
No, I'm Launchpad.
Okay, well, Aaron's Donald then.
I'm a pilot.
Nice.
Ah, they said it! They said it! They said the thing.
I'm Darkwing Duck. I don't know where you got your information from.
Fine, I'm every character in the Duckverse.
That includes Darkwing Duck! Fine, I'm Powerline.
Okay.
Wait for it. Big reveal.
There was another!
Dun, dun,
Mom?
dun.
Wow.
And that's your through line throughout the series. How'd you like it?
That was pretty good. I actually enjoyed that quite a lot. The animation was great. I was a bit skeptical about the casting of David Tennant, but he was great as Scrooge. The triplets were great. Webby's great. Launchpad is especially great. Mrs. Beakley's cool. Flintheart's pretty diabolical, and he has a nice dynamic with Scrooge, as always. Yeah, I'm very happy with this, so thank you, Deimos, for pledging and allowing us to check this out.
Deimos, you have great taste.
That is the last TV com of the year, guys, so thank you so much for supporting HFC. If you aren't already pledged and want to, please go ahead and check the link in the description. Thank you, Stefan, for joining us. Very much appreciated, mate.
You're welcomes.
And to you too, Mr. Bringer of the Trivia, Aaron.
Well, thank you for letting me crash this party.
No worries, mate. See you next time, guys, for another HellfireComms Patreon TV com. Bye-bye.